ginger runner pushing a stroller, a running stroller, with a ginger baby. That was cute. Greetings from Dystopia, episode 41. Heading out. Gonna make my distance today, and got my pack on. I brought some stuff to make some coffee. No, I didn't bring a sandwich. I was surprised how many of my friends caught that, and were all laughing at me and sending me messages poking fun about me being an old man. Hey, I got no shame. I'm not old yet, but I'm getting there. Definitely feel younger than I used to. If you compare, yeah, in fairness, go back 1 year, and I felt old. Now I feel like I'm back in my 40s again, early 40s. So I guess that's a good thing, right? There's an advantage to losing some weight and getting back in shape. Suddenly feel a lot younger. Checking out the canal. I don't see much yet this morning. I thought about it later when I was editing the video from yesterday's video. I should have gotten more footage of the carp, because that was pretty cool. It was like, you know, when you go to a Japanese garden or somewhere where they have a lot of koi in the water, that's what it looked like out there. There were just so many little carp, all little guys, but it was still pretty cool. It's again another pretty day. 70 degrees right now, just as I started walking. So yeah. Update on the the thing I'm trying to see if you guys notice next week. It will be here a day sooner than I thought. I still need a day probably to figure it all out and get all the settings right, and you know, and we'll see. And it's funny, my daughter actually joked about it, and she's like, you bought a, I forgot what she called it. Yeah, but anyways, she said, you bought a stabilizer. No, I didn't. It's not a stabilizer. So at least I got one person going, I wonder what that could be. We'll see. It's just another tool. Anybody that knows me knows I like tools, things that make doing things easier. I did post the Raspberry Pi video last night. However, I forgot to post it over on Facebook. But again, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get notifications when I upload. Some of you may notice that it's going to be a little more contrasty today, because I'm just using the default camera app on the Pixel. I was so irritated at wrestling with open camera, and like I said, that last update to Filmic Pro renders it just about useless off of the front camera. And I don't want to try to, well, I was going to switch the camera, but I don't want to try and walk backwards and talk to the camera, you know, and not be able to see, to make sure, you know, light, framing, all of that. So I was just walking here and kind of noticing the difference from yesterday to today. And it doesn't matter whether it's, you know, like this, the I&M Canal towpath, or a trail in a preserve, or any woods near you, or like when I started doing the AT years ago. The changes every day on the trail as spring starts to pick up, you know, as the weather warms up, the different plants and how quickly they grow, the trees. Already just in, what, I've been walking here a week now, and the change in the plants is pretty amazing. Damn cyclist just about ran me over. That guy right up there. Doesn't matter. It's nothing to do with COVID. Be responsible. I mean, he was literally 3 feet away from me when he came by, just kind of looking at me, probably because he saw the pack, and immediately he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" But yeah, the change just in the week walking this trail is phenomenal. And I remember that doing the Appalachian Trail, I did it southbound. I don't know that I would recommend doing it southbound because it started out, there was still snow on the ground when I started. So I snowshoed for, I don't know, 2 days, day and a half, 2 days. And then things got a little bit nicer, and then I hit the whites. Which is why I did it southbound, because I talked to a few people that had done northbound, and they were all like, "Yeah, but the whites is the worst, and it's almost to the end." So I was like, maybe if I reverse it. And anyways, it was a long time ago, but watching the forests just come to life in the spring, it always amazes me. And then fall, as you watch it slowly die. I mean, you know it's not dying, but there's part of you that's like, you know, there's a certain sadness, I think, that comes with the end of fall. There's obviously the beauty of all the color, but there's a finality to it, and then, I don't know, it could be a good analogy to life too. As you get older, you get more colorful, but you know that your winter is coming. No intended comparison between my statement and a television show. But yeah, you know, I think the seasons are a good analogy for life. Back to my other thing earlier, you know, it's like, I kind of felt like I was in the winter of my life until losing the weight and getting in shape. It's definitely made a difference here, as well as, you know, obviously in my body. Coffee time. Water. Almost forgot my spoon. It's funny how much is involved in making coffee. When we do it at home, we kind of take it for granted, you know. You bung your little you stick in your little Keurig pod in the machine, or you pour some coffee in a filter and you're done. Forgot something. Forgot the base for my stove. It's in with my cleaning stuff. I love these little pads. I take them and cut them into 4 pieces, and they just pack down nice and small. So there, if you're looking for a different idea, I'm going to move you guys down here. Pardon me. Not a very good angle, but while I get the coffee, the pot and everything set up, then I'll turn around. And the GSI is like, what do they call this one again? The Micro Dualist? It's perfect. A small can of fuel. You got room for your gripper and your lighter. And your stove. It all fits nice and neatly in a small, tight package. Gets heavy quick, but gotta take the good with the bad, right? About the my GSI that I showed initially in a Facebook Live. Forgot the name of it. I'll post it right down here. It's just a filter unit, which I'll show you momentarily. It all fits in this, so it's another things that nest are your saving grace when you start backpacking or just going out for day trips like this, you know. Toy! Brand new can of isobutane. But yeah, things that nest, that take up less space in your pack and are easier to handle. Greatest thing in the world. So now for everybody that complained about the stove base, like I said, I do always use it with the small stove. Just not in the van when I'm by myself. Ah, you know what? That's right. Actually, I do need this. So now everything goes into the Snow Peak bag that I'm not using. Usually when I pull this out, I have a bigger pot on the fire with more water because I'm cooking for lunch and coffee, so I don't really think about it. My little lunch bag. Everybody got the biggest kick out of that. I don't remember where I found these, on Amazon I believe it was. It's a package of them all different sizes, but I can easily throw in a lightweight lunch. Like, you know, I got my sugar in here, I got my coffee, grounds. What I got? Peanut butter, tuna, protein bar, Cliff Bar, I got a cough drop. It's just handy to have. You can kind of contain everything. Like I said, if you backpack and do a lot of day trips, as you start bringing your own meals with you, you tend to get a little bit handier, I guess, more conscious of what you're carrying with. Okay. Like I said, new cans are always a trip. Especially MSR. Theirs initially seems to have a lot of pressure to it, and then it kind of chills out a little bit. Alright, let me stop this and turn the camera around. Okay, so while we're waiting on our coffee to heat up, get this lid, or our water I should say, that lid on there. Let me make a little room so I can bring this into the view. And again, I forgot the name of this kit. I will post it down below. But this is also from GSI. And what I love about it, I'm trying to turn around so I can see what I'm doing on camera to make sure it's on film. So it's this little breakdown unit, but the legs flip out. There you go. The legs flip out to rest on the cup. And you have a little water holder that connects into the top of it. So it will sit on the pot like that. Let that move back a little bit here to get a slightly wider shot. And I'll just go ahead and set up my coffee and get it ready while we're waiting. It's got a great little strainer cup. Move that cable out of the way just so it doesn't get into the picture. And it seats down into the base. What I usually do is I use small Ziplocs. Then you can just, whoops. Okay, this is a cheap bag, so it's not carrying neatly. Right, next time. can't see off camera is that I'm putting the plastic in my pocket. Hopefully this is still visible on camera. You have to, whoa! You have to play with the amount of coffee the first few times you use it, and figure out your strength, how strong you like your coffee. Now we're just waiting on water. So I will spare you guys that while I'm thinking about it. You know, a lot of people, they buy Nalgene bottles. Hell, I own Nalgenes as well. These little smart water bottles, they're stupid light. They have the pop cap. And they're reusable. So if you're trying to save weight, I'm not a gram weenie by any means, but I do try to keep my pack as light as I can. Best thing ever. Let's check our water. We are almost there. You know, for you guys, this is like going really quick, but I'm just kind of elapsing the shot. So you don't have to sit there and suffer. I missed my chance to say we got them all. Alright, so I already put the sugar down in there. It's just, I like it better. It makes it easier to melt things. This is the part that can be a little tricky, particularly if your pot doesn't have a spout or a cut. But yeah, basically you pour the water in. There's a little tube. I go almost to the top of the tube. And then just let it run through. God, it already smells good. Today I'm actually using Medaglia d'Oro Espresso. The actual full mix, or the actual ground. There. Did not get my cap ring on tight enough. I got a slight overflow here on the side, which is not bad. Can just be a little grounds come out, but it's not that big of a deal. And I set a little bit of hot water off to the side every time to let the to clean out the filter. We can get that on there. I don't know if I can. So you can see it running out the bottom there. And we're just going to sit here and wait. Okay, so that time lapse was 1 minute and 40 seconds. Still got a little bit of drip going on. I always just give it, like I said, 2 to 3 minutes to drip down through. I just figured that would be better than making you guys sit there and wait. So that there's no water waste, I always take it and place. Whoa, it came loose. Ah, see, that's what wasn't pressed down all the way. I always just set it back up on the, and it's out of the shot. I set it back up on my other pot over here so that the remaining washes down in there. And we don't lose our precious water. It's not too bad if you're just, in a local preserve or something, but when you're backpacking, you need to save every bit of water you can. Oh yeah, that is a cup of coffee. Nice and strong. Definitely will get your attention. Put all my extras back in here so that I know to clean them up. Alright guys, there is a cup of coffee. Alright guys, I'm gonna finish my walk back and I'll see you back in the van. Alright guys, back in the van, back in the lab. I don't know why that makes me laugh, it just does. Alright guys, finished my walk. I'm going to head to the house, edit this video, get it out to you today. Anybody that's keeping score, it is 103.8 in the van. Right in the window. It's not that warm right here, but now I have the AC on too. So, alright guys, that's it for today. I'll get this video up to you later on. Be good, be well, see you tomorrow.